Welcome to the Daily Market Outlook. We are about to check the charts and see what the market is offering us today. To start off, we are looking at what the weekly time frame of the DXY, where we are going to find a direction for today's price action. So on the weekly time frame, we can see that we have mitigated this high to the left, and you can see that it has caused price to sell off. When we open our daily time frame, we can see it's much clearer. Price has been selling off from here. We can see we had a break of structure. Then after this sell off, we've seen a mitigation with this zone, which caused price to move to the upside and mitigate this. What does it do? It builds liquidity at this high and also this high. So from there, we are likely to see some buys all the way back to the highs because of the liquidity we've built. So I'm looking for longs on DXY currently to these highs. So my direction for today and probably the rest of the week would be longs back to these highs. And these are moments where price could um jump. What I mean by jump is that move very aggressively. So you should also be aggressive with your entry, and there'll be CPI, I guess, next week. So from here you can see that price has moved to the upside because the breaker structure. So what we'll be waiting for is the inducement. Then we take our longs back to the highs for the DXY. So going to go on the weekly time frame, what we can see is that we have our weekly targets, and with the DXY's very bullishness, we could see bearishness on USD pairs that fall behind. What I mean is the USD is falling behind the quotes. So if we open the chart to the daily, what we can see is that price has mitigated this low move to the upside. We are expecting this to the left, but it has caused price to sell off, building liquidity. We've moved to the upside again, and we've seen price come again to this low. So we are building massive amount of liquidity on gold, and I believe we could see gold reach the lows maybe by the end of the week, but I believe this low is going for now. I said we should be looking for longs, but with more price action, the right move to be in is shorts. Currently, gold is respecting this zone to the left after we've seen this sell-off causing this break of structure. So we would like to see a move to the upside, inducing buyers. Then we look for our shots back to the low. It could be a deep one, so you could expect either these highs or maybe this. You understand? For EURUSD, moving to the weekly time frame. Okay. For EURUSD on the weekly time frame, what we can see is that price is respecting this zone to the left, which has caused price to sell off. At the moment, let me delete this stuff. You can see that price is respecting this zone to the left, which has caused price to sell off to the downside. We are respecting this zone to the left. What we can see on the daily is that price is respecting this low to the left. We've caused this break of structure. Then from there we've seen this sell off. With EURUSD, I'm not really for shorts because the DXY is very bullish. I believe that we could see these highs go or this high, but sometimes you just have to be patient and let price show us its direction. So I'm putting my hands off EURUSD and focusing on the other pairs, which is nicer towards shorts because of our direction. But from the DXY's analysis, I'll be expecting what shorts back to this lows, as we've seen what a breakout structure. At this point, we can say here's what our inducement of what bias. So we'll be looking for shorts to trap what these buyers. But I believe we are most likely to what see the highs go. Maybe this high if this high goes. So on GBPUSD on the weekly time frame, what we can see is that price was respecting this liquidity, which has caused price to what mitigate this price action and before it move to the upside trap sellers. We can see that what it has sell off and it is what having this continuation move where it's trapping what sellers again for what the final sell back to the lows. If we look at the daily time frame, what we can see is that from this trap of sellers and inducing buyers, we've seen what this breakout structure and this breakout structure has caused price to what mitigate some zones to the left. We've seen it what sell off and mitigate this. From there, we've seen price buy and cause this breakout structure. At the moment, we can see that what GBPUSD is selling aggressively, and I would like this lows to go. If we open the 1 hour time frame, what I'm expecting GBPUSD to do, let's go to the 15. What I'm expecting GBPUSD to do is what provide a sell-off at this point, trap some buyers, then we can what see the continuation back to the lows. So that's the direction I have for GBPUSD. On AUDUSD, when we move to the weekly time frame, what we can see is that we have what these highs which are being respected, we have these lows which are also being respected, and liquidity has what's been built at this low. So we like to see that low go first, but we have to go from what somewhere to somewhere. At the moment, AUDUSD, these highs are in the cut, these lows are also in the cut. One of them could go. But right now, what we can see is that what price has moved to the upside and taken out this weekly high. We are respecting this zone to the left, which has caused price to what move to the downside, and we are what mitigated at this point. So with the mitigation of the zone came what this huge buy to the upside, which I believe has what induced bias. So people who are wanting to buy at this point, I believe are what our target, and we should what run through them probably to this low, which will be a target, or if you are willing, you can what hold it all the way to this low. It could probably work, but I want to see what this high goes, this high go before what we short. So today's price action, I'll be targeting just this low, but this low is also what a possibility. So that'll be all for today's daily market outlook. Catch you guys tomorrow.